The Ukrainian pilot Nadia Savchenko, hailed as a hero at home and jailed for murder in Russia, has been freed in a prisoner swap agreed by Moscow and Kiev. Savchenko was convicted of directing artillery fire that killed 2 Russian journalists in 2014. She's being exchanged for 2 Russian soldiers detained in Ukraine. Let's go straight to Moscow, where we're joined by William Denslow. William, talk us through this prisoner swap.
Well, what we understand, according to Interfax news agency, is that Poroshenko, Ukraine's president, travelled to the Russian town of Rostov to collect Nadia Savchenko. And what we ought to understand, according to other reports, is that the 2 Russians, Yevgeny Yerofeyev as well as Alexander Alexandrov, have travelled and have now landed in Moscow. Now, we're very much awaiting a statement from Ukraine's president, which is expected imminently. Now, of course, the interesting thing is this comes just a few days after Russia's Justice Ministry hinted that this deal might be off the table, having stated they want Savchenko to complete that 22 sentence, whether she was in Ukraine or still in Russia.
So what could this mean for relations between Russia and Ukraine?
Well, this is certainly a positive step, and this comes just a couple of days after Ukraine announced that 7 of their servicemen died in eastern Ukraine. That's the deadliest day, 24 hours for them since August. So while things aren't so good on the front lines, diplomatic ties seem to be strengthening of late. The Normandy 4 have recently discussed possibilities of and reaffirming their commitments to the Minsk agreement, really prioritizing things like security as well as possible local elections in eastern Ukraine. This is positive news between Russia's relationship with the West, and of course comes just a few weeks before the EU members are set to decide on whether to extend those Russian sanctions.
OK, William, many thanks for that. William Denslow in Moscow.